I was wrong again. Yesterday how I said there's no police anyway, as soon as I said that and I parked, yesterday I went to the supermarket, right? And there's two police officers checking Aldi. They were at Aldi and they actually went through the aisles looking around if anybody was without a mask. So that wasn't fun, but I'd continue to do my shopping. Another thing, turns out, I was talking to mum and also my neighbor. Everyone seems to be panicking. They're saying how on TV they got all these people getting fined $1,000 for breaking the acts. Amazing. So I was wrong. They're everywhere, and they are enforcing the latest orders. They're orders, right? They're not laws. Nobody's ever actually calling them laws. If you call them laws, you are wrong, because I don't think it's a law. It's an order currently in New South Wales. And yeah, my neighbor, because I don't watch mainstream, it says that they have lockdowns all throughout Australia. So it's our turn. What can I say? The only other thing, as I mentioned yesterday, the cycle of the property. Let's hope for everyone's benefit. Honestly, like yours truly has properties, right? You don't want this to get out of control. What am I going to do? What is anyone going to do with the existing properties that they have? They're not going to sell it, because unless you sell the one that you're living in, you pay capital gains on all the other ones. So then you go and buy another house somewhere else, and guess what? You're paying stamp duty. But when you sold yours, if it's the investment one, capital gains, and then you pay stamp duty. So you absolutely totally lose. So there's no benefit in a property going up for anyone except the government, real estate agents, I suppose. Who else benefits? So the government through tax, real estate agents, I suppose. If it's being bought and sold, then it's good for lawyers, conveyancers. It's good for the economy, but it's a false economy really at the end of the day. So let's hope that this report that I read on Q2 2021 property going down, or not going down, sorry, peaking, eventuates, and for once all of us who were looking forward to it, or at least predicting it, or wishing for it, will be happy. I think even the people who think they won't be happy if property peaks will end up being satisfied by this, because guess what, if you got any money left over, or you're still in a job and you're making money, you'll be able to pick up another house if that's what you like to do, and buy it for less. I mean, it's good news for everyone, I think. Yeah, so back to the enforcement of the current orders. Let's see. I'll give you a report from the ground. Once again, yesterday there were two police officers, and they were kind of checking in their little book. I think they were checking as if to say, we've been to Aldi and we're going to go to the next one, and whatever other one. They have to do their rounds and do all the checks. So it'll be interesting to see. So they are enforcing it. Amazing, actually. And like I said, everyone seems to be panicking. My neighbor is like, what am I going to do? I live on my own. I need to get out, and I'm not allowed to get out. So quarantine in your own place. And another thing I actually thought about quarantine. Think about what quarantine, if a government mandates quarantine. And remember those movies, that Godfather, when people were quarantined, or at least checked, and then if some were sick, they were quarantined when they went into America, the New York, the Statue of Liberty, and all those scenes, right? So they were organized by government, they were mandated by government. And what happened if you had some sort of disease and you had to be quarantined? Really, they would hold you in a quarantine. They would provide bed and food. That's not what they do now. They just have these orders. And like I said, my friend, if he has to come back, if he wants to come back to Sydney, he's going to have to quarantine. That's not a quarantine, but okay, let's call it what they call it now. So he's going to have to quarantine himself in a hotel room at his own expense, and none of it will be provided by the government. Now, I'm not a socialist and communist who says the government should pay for everything, but if it's a true, real quarantine, you should have quarantine centers. for people who arrive in this country so they can quarantine. If you think that the best way to do it is the hotels, you provide hotels, you provide accommodation and food. Otherwise, you let people go. Otherwise, it's detainment. Otherwise, you are detaining illegally people, citizens of your own country and citizens of other countries. But most importantly, citizens of your own country, you're detaining them. You're not letting them go, and you are extorting money from them by having them to pay for their own imprisonment. On the way back from the supermarket, they were there, not right at the supermarket, but they were in the shopping center. Anyway, it seems that it's all on. I think the jab rate in Australia is very low, and they've probably have been given orders from them. They have told them that they need to pick up their game, the politicians in this country, so they have to ramp it up, step it up, scare everybody into the jab. And let me tell you, it's working. It's totally working. Why wouldn't it be? Because they know how we work. They know how humans and human nature works. But hey, that's what it is. As soon as I get home, I'm going to post this. All right. Take care all. Bye.